Oh, we're not going to do a flashback right now. My voice is out. No. No, you can't do this. Wait. This is the Dugong Hotel. I worked here 12 years ago. It's a five-star hotel with both tradition and a long history. It looks a bit old, yes, but at the time, the quality of the food and service had been newly improved. Yoshi, do you have a moment? What is it, manager? Well, a troublesome customer left a reservation. Troublesome customer? Do you know the actress Lois Crawford? She made a reservation at our hotel. Lois Crawford. See, our Dugong Hotel is a luxury hotel with many years of history and tradition, as you just said. In the past, we had nobles staying in our accommodations, and many notable films were shot here. Many people seeking that sort of old-era nostalgia used our services, and we had very high standards for the services we provided. The manager had spent his entire life at the hotel. It was like he was living a living embodiment of its history. He had a lot of knowledge about the etiquette used by the upper class of each country, and he was very used to servicing those of high rank. Many VIPs sought his services. Lois Crawford. She was a leading actress with a long career. Her role as a spy in one of her most famous works, The 42nd Floor, was extremely impressive. She appears to have hit a slight slump as her new movies haven't been doing very well. Yeah, I know the feeling. I've heard that Lois Crawford can be very picky. But we are a very high-quality hotel with history and tradition on our side. I don't think there would be any issue if she comes. So, there it is. Nobody can beat the level of services and staff at this hotel. We've won many prizes as well. Just one thing. You haven't heard the rumors about her, have you? The rumors? Take a look at this. This is... She's famous not only as a chef, but a gourmet. That's a blurb she published in a travel magazine recently. It appears to be a description of her travels, but it's just her bashing on the hotel she stayed at. Gloria hotels are the best of the best, and yet she wrote such a scathing review. Bringing out the bad does make a person look more professional. Her writing is mostly like this. What do you suggest we do, Yoshi? Well, I suppose we can't refuse the reservation, if only for the hotel's reputation's sake. In that case, we'll have to think about how we'll serve her. We'll take the reservation, but we'll also need to think of ways to satisfy her. I suppose you're right. Do you have any ideas, Yoshi? Our hotel's strengths are our long history and tradition, as well as our high-quality service. The way we can satisfy her will involve making good use of these things. Did she reserve a suite? Yes, it is a suite. We'll need clean rooms and services that match her tastes. We'll treat her as a VIP. I'll look into the drinks and amenities she prefers and place them as I also check on the state of the rooms. And about who will receive her? I suppose I'll have to do that. Thank you. There's no one that can handle such a tricky customer except you, with your long experience with many VIPs, as I mentioned earlier. I'm more tense than usual. Here, have a Rolaids. And about the meals, we can offer her the buffet for breakfast, but we'll also need to ready a dinner course. The dinners at our hotel... Italian, sure. Our hotel provides Italian food like a bistro, in an a la carte style. We serve pasta or pizza with a simple wine. Oh, this was the manager talking? I forgot white text. The chef learned to cook in Naples, and his margherita pizza was good, but it didn't really go well with the dinner course. Okay, this just lit up. Dugong Hotel's Japanese food has never been its strong suit. We only served udon or simple donburi. We've been making exceptional progress, however, after we hired Bancho. We've grown quite dramatically. Yes, I know, I said Bancho because his name is Golden. Bancho is famous for his ability to reinterpret the use of ingredients, and his food was recently featured in an overseas magazine. He might be our dark horse. That means Japanese is likely to be our best choice. Bancho hasn't really proven himself yet. You think he'll be alright? Bancho's skill is indisputable. However, One great drawback is that he doesn't consider the preferences of his customers. His sole focus is letting people try new flavors. This is what drives his creativity, of course, but this time it won't really serve us. We're dealing with the infamous Lois Crawford, after all. I see. That's a good point. However, I think the best we can do right now is try to persuade Bancho. I agree. Best of luck, Yoshi. So he did have hair. Bancho, are you here?
Miss Yoshie, what are you doing here?
Oh, you're here. That's good. I've come to check on the status of the manager's request.
Look all you want. It's just an ordinary Japanese food kitchen.
Bancho was a peculiar man. He suddenly appeared one day, handing us his resume and explaining he'd been learning in Japan. All the sushi establishments listed in the resume were top tier, but Bancho never stayed in one place for long. He told me that he moved on each time after learning enough. The manager had a long talk with him and then left the operation of the Japanese food team to him. He could always be found in the kitchen busy with something, day in and day out. He researched food on his own when there was no customers. He hated to be interrupted. Were you practicing?
Well, yes. Training means thousands and tens of thousands of attempts. Practice without rest is the only way to produce meaningful results.
I see. I also see that you went back to polishing the knife. That's a little worrisome. I heard that you never skip research and practice, Bancho. It relieves me to see you so hard at work.
What do you mean, you're relieved?
Bancho, would you be willing to try servicing a VIP? That's right, we have an important guest who will increase our reputation, or rather, who might send it plummeting to the ground. Her name is Lois Crawford. She's an actress that's infamously hard to please, and also a gourmet reviewer.
Bancho, are you here? Does Bancho him what? Weird.
It's been about a year since you joined the Dugong Hotel. Our Japanese food team, which is never very strong, received much attention in a short span of time. And we can't deny that your contribution to this was great. However, this means that we also get customers who want special treatment.
So you mean to say that I should try and please this picky woman, Lois Crawford?
Yes, this is important, as Dugong Hotel's reputation lies in the balance. What do you say?
For me, cooking has always been a battle with myself, not with others. Making perfect food has always been my goal, and that won't change no matter who I cook for. I simply use the best ingredients available in the current season and the most suitable recipe. Will that be okay with you?
Alright, we'll leave the individual dishes in your hands, Bancho. However, I would like to offer input on the method of servicing our guest.
Alright, you're the expert, Miss Yoshie, when it comes to servicing food.
For the type of menu...
I guess it should be sushi because that's where we're going, right?
A sushi course offers various kinds of sushi in a certain order, with a few side dishes interspersed in between. It allows us to use sushi to allow customers to try many types of fish. What do you think of the sushi course? It's also your specialty.
I'm very familiar with the method. However, don't you think it'll be too ordinary? If we choose to go with this, we'll likely use tuna sushi, pike eel sushi, or olive flounder sushi as the main dish. Olive flounder being in season right now.
It reminds me, I should probably play Animal Crossing a little bit.
That won't be very impressive, however.
Alright.
Since it's to be a dinner, I think a course would be better than a single dish. That means it'd probably be better to employ a Western course format instead. Though it'll be a bit different from the traditional method, I think I could add soup, an hors d'oeuvre, sashimi, side dishes, sushi, tempura, and dessert to the course. What do you think?
Not bad. So what will you make for each dish?
There's the soup to begin with.
A few minutes later. Yes, I think that'll be fine up to the sushi. Tempura is next. I suppose shrimp would be the most logical choice.
It's difficult to create any impact with shrimp. We've kept everything pretty normal so far, so this is where we add a little spice. I've been researching this very topic. How does something like this sound?
You must have a good idea. Let's hear it.
Shark. I'm thinking of a dish that uses a shark head.
What? A shark? Can sharks be eaten?
Sharks are a very tasty fish. This is the time of year when they grow fat, boosting the flavor. The meat in the cheeks in particular has a lovely chewy texture, which reminds you of both ordinary meat and fish.
But shark is too exotic of an ingredient. Couldn't we use something a little more widely consumed? Especially considering this is Lois Crawford?
Good food will impress anyone. Anyone who takes a bite will recognize the food for what it is. That is the best possible food that can be found around here in the current season.
I'll give it some thought. I'm not sure if it'll be okay. I can't help but think that it's not that great of an idea, Bancho. If you serve that dish and things go sideways, the consequences won't affect you alone. Both the manager and I will also take part of the blame. After all, she's coming to the Dugong Hotel, not to a restaurant operated by you. A hotel must seek to provide the most restful and enjoyable experience to its guests. Nothing can be allowed to mar that experience, as the hotel will stand to lose by it.
But there's no guarantee she'll hate it. She'll know from taking just a bite that it's one of the greatest foods.
There's always an exception to the rule. She's an extremely picky person, after all.
What a pity. I understand. I'll go with the shrimp tempura then, though it can't compare to shark.
Miss High Society incoming.
Prepare for trouble and make it double. This way, Miss Crawford.
Thank you.
This is the chef who will be preparing your food today, Bancho.
He's younger than I expected. I was hoping for a slightly more experienced chef. Oh my, tight-lipped are we? Perhaps my looks leave you at a loss for words?
He seems a little tense. He's still quite a skilled chef, I assure you.
I'll be looking forward to the food then. I remember the service here being quite all right for an
old hotel.
I like the carpet and the paintings on the walls as well. Furnishings at Gloria Hotel have a kitsch quality to them that I don't like. But to think there's no gym, that's a bit of a shocker. I need to exercise daily to maintain my figure.
It was our intention that your stay be as restful as possible.
Everyone has their preferred way of resting. Well, the bathing facilities are good, so I'll content myself with that. So,
what's for dinner?
A Japanese course meal. Here's the course menu. The first dishes are... steamed egg. This is strained egg steamed with dashi and other ingredients. You'll find lily root, shrimp, ginkgo nut, and mushrooms inside. Steamed egg? I was expecting a bit more special. Well, I suppose there are quite a few ingredients inside.
It was also made with love to bring out the best flavor for the guests. Please kill me.
And the next dish is... and we go on from there. A few minutes later. So, the tempura and dessert are left? What's the tempura? Don't tell me it's shrimp. The sort that's commonly served with rice. The dessert's no doubt the usual fruit. I suppose I've tasted basically everything. It's hard to decipher her reaction. Have we succeeded?
How do you like it? Are you happy with our Japanese food?
It's about as good as I expected it to be, I suppose. I suppose I could come here to eat every now and then, but why bother coming to a hotel to eat food that's quite average?
Even so, I'm sure our food is better than that of most other restaurants. God, I hate you. Uh-oh. Oh. I thought there was a cutscene coming, like everything went black for a second.
The moment I saw the steamed egg, I had a feeling the food would be average, and I was right.
Oh dear, it seems Japanese food isn't all that to your liking.
Ignorant of that fact, we served you Japanese. My mistake. Please accept my apologies. Whatever. It wasn't that good, but it was healthy at least. This hotel doesn't even have a gym, so I suppose the food should be healthy at the very least.
May I have a word?
Pancho?
Allow me to introduce myself again. I am the master chef who works here, Bancho. I'm not much of a speaker, so I've been listening quietly. I find it impossible to maintain my silence now, however.
Oh my, do you have something to tell me? Apparently you're supposed to have better food than anywhere else, right? No, Bancho. Miss Lois here's just...
It is most definitely my fault for failing to provide food that satisfies you. Will you not give me a chance to make up for my mistake?
What? Oh, well, gosh, I'm a very busy woman.
What you witnessed today aren't my real skills. I'll serve you food that can objectively be called good.
Bancho, you can't be talking about... so you're saying you have something else you think will satisfy me? All right, I'll wait. But remember, my time is valuable. Your food had better be amazing.
Bancho, you can't be thinking of... What is it, Miss Yoshie? Is there something I'm missing? Why are you trembling? All done. This is whole roasted shark head. Oh my god! This is... You fried the whole head? It is an amazing dish. The meat in the cheeks hasn't been cut out. I chose to fry the head whole to preserve the supple texture. You'll never taste something like this anywhere else. It's a high-quality dish made using the best possible ingredient.
Get that out of my sight! How can you call this food?
What are you saying? Just take a bite. I guarantee you'll be transported to heaven.
I am not happy about this. Is this what service is like at the Dugong Hotel?
It's all my fault. I'll apologize. Now, Bancho, Yoshie, you apologize as well.
I'm sorry, Miss Lois. I should have been more vigilant.
Looks are not all there is to food. Why do you refuse to even try it, Miss Lois?
Bancho, now is not the time to... I find this highly unpleasant. Is this some kind of hidden camera prank? Or a punishment?
Maybe.
You'll pay for treating me this way. Don't think I'll let you just get away with it. I'm leaving. Cancel my suite. Charge me a cancellation fee if you wish. I don't care. What a lady, huh? After that, Bancho quit his job at the hotel and left, saying he needed to train. It's my belief it wasn't so much the cooking itself as the ingredients and cooking methods that he researched. I see. Still, I admire him a little for not giving up on the belief that he's going on the right path. I suppose it was the stubborn side of him that allowed him to attain his current level of skill. Working with you now, he even started social media. I feel something has changed about him, and I like it. I think you're good for him. Please continue to get along. I'll do my best to help Bancho focus on his cooking.